We're gonna make one of our best sets here. It's a tapered set. I'll take my digging hammer. We got a hole here. You want to dig them pretty deep for this set and longer. So then we'll take our stake down further, angle with the ground, right there. We'll ream it out, push it in. Alright, brought you in closer here. We got just a 1.5 bridger. We don't have any coyotes in the area, so at least not here. And then we'll just set that. We got our night latch. Come down till it clicks. Put the stake down in there, down in the front for your hole. We'll take our peat moss here, throw a patch in there. See, your jaw of your trap has to be 4 finger width from your hole. So if you need to dig back further, go right ahead. So that's tapering towards the ground, but we need a little extra in the back. See how the level of the ground's here? Your jaw's right at the edge of the level of the ground. And we take wax paper. That's great because tomorrow it's going to rain. And a nice warm day today, but it'll rain and get cold. That'll keep the water from freezing up underneath and pushing the dirt under your pan. So you just crumble it up like that. A lot of times you can just reuse it. We'll cut squares. So that makes it soft. It don't make noise now. Lift up your jaw and slide that underneath. So now your whole trap's protected there. We have it 4 finger width from the hole, and we pack around our jaw. Peat moss, it's a little harder to get the peat moss packed in there, but with the tapered set, it's not as crucial because they're not stepping all around your jaws as much. We got it bedded. Now I'll take the sifter, fill it up with peat moss for the top. You don't really need to sift the bottom. So now see how that's level with the ground here, where they come in? top of your jaws level with that ground. Cover that up, Jeff. That's it, boys, right like that. Then they'll come in right here. They step down and look in that hole. Right there's your pan. We always keep our trigger pointed between like 1 and 3 o'clock. And we use a gland lure lot, so like I said, use rubber boots and gloves. But when you use your lure, take your glove off, because that scent will get on your gloves and then it'll mess up your trap odor. And I usually take a stick, poke a stick in there, maybe pour a couple drops here. It's gonna rain tomorrow, so I got it in there good and heavy. Just a regular fox gland lure. In the winter like this, it's better to use some yarn too. That helps attract them, so we put some drops of yarn there. Alright, another tapered set here for our double sets. Like I said, we're just using 1.5 because there ain't a whole lot of coyote right in this particular area. The 1.5 is a good fox trap. 1.5 bridgers, especially if you're not used to setting pan tension. Like I said, they already have the pan tension figured out with the night latch on your trigger. So now, rain tomorrow. We put peat moss today. Then we take our 4 fingers from that hole edge. You see that hole is underground, so that makes it that we don't need a big backing or any backing if you don't desire. There's our tapered set. You can see the fox, they have to step down and look in the hole. So we set 2 right here. I want to show you a good location here for fox. Here's a creek down here along that tree line. Back there was a field row. Now we got a trees that come up, a little road that comes up here from the creek, which is perfect. We're sitting right up here where the road comes up. And then we got a tree line that goes. Now, don't worry about torn up areas. If you catch something and it tears it up, that's good. Actually, it attracts fox. Here we got an area where we had a fox, and it's left its scat there. So don't worry if it's torn up, just remake it. When you're trapping for a coyote and fox, you gotta head to the fields. And we're down here below the mountains in the fields here, along the creek lines. Right there's a creek below that field. And we found an awesome location here. Here's a tree line. The trail runs right by the bucket, and there's also a trail that comes out of this field. And there's 2 tree lines that come together. Right over here where we're at is one, and they intersect. So what we're gonna do, set a trap right here where they intersect for coyote. Okay, we're gonna make this set right where the 2 trails intersect here. And we got a 175. That's great for coyote, and if you have a fox come in the area, that's also great. So there we have a totally different set than what we do for a fox. So what we did was we took our hole with a stake and made it tapered with the ground, but this time we took it 9 inches back and 2 to 3 inches over, and that's where we put our trigger. 9 inches, 2 to 3 over. So everything's still tapered. And we crumble up our wax paper. Get rid of that noise. If you think fox are smart, coyote are even smarter. And we sift our peat moss on there. We put peat moss underneath it. Having some nice weather today, but tomorrow's rain and freezing weather is sure to be here this time of year. Keep it angled back. Generous around the top there. Okay. Now a coyote walks in a little different. That's why we keep it back, because they're built different than a fox. Simple as that. So we have it tapered here. Keep a healthy layer, because if it rains tomorrow, it'll wash off if you don't. Now we got the coyote right where we want him. Now we're going to just use some gland lure in there. Okay, this is morning number 1 on this coyote set. As you can see, a fox came in, and they usually step a lot closer to the hole. And our trap's set a little further back for coyote. So hopefully tomorrow we'll catch a coyote, if not a fox.